next problem, I want to look at a problem that involves an absolute value. So let's take a look at y equals the absolute value of x minus 1. So we'll generate some ordered pairs for this equation. This is an equation. So we'll build us a table, and we'll assume values of x and generate our y value when we do that. So we'll start with 0. If x equals 0, y would equal the absolute value of 0 minus 1, which is the absolute value of a minus 1. And the absolute value of any number is a positive number. So the absolute value of minus 1 is 1. So this would be 1. Now let's take x equals 1. So we'd have y equals the absolute value of 1 minus 1, which is 0. The absolute value of 0 is 0. If x equals 2, we would have y equals the absolute value of 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. The absolute value of 1 is 1. So 2 and 1. Now let's look at some negative numbers. Minus 1. Let me work this for you. We'd have y equals the absolute value of a minus 1 and a minus 1. Now we're adding. So a minus 1 and a minus 1 is a minus 2. And the absolute value of a minus 2 is just 2. Try one more. The absolute value of a minus 2. So we'd have y equals, I'll cross this out so we don't get confused, the absolute value of a minus 2 minus 1. Minus 2 minus 1 is a minus 3. And the absolute value of a minus 3 is 3. So when x is a minus 2, y equals 3. So we've generated some ordered pairs. We can now graph those ordered pairs. I'm going to use a coordinate system. So we'll generate an x and y axis. This will be our x. This will be our y. This is positive, positive, negative y, negative x. And this is our 0 point. So our ordered pairs were 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 1, minus 1, 2, and a minus 2, 3. So to plot those, we'll go 0. Let me put my grid on here. And I'll put the numbers on it. So we'll have positive 1, 2, 3, 4 on the x, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 on the x. On the y, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And negative on the y, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Now we can plot these points. Our x value is always the first value, so x is 0, that's right here. Y is a positive 1, that's right here. So the point 0, 1 is right there. 0, 1. Our next value, our next ordered pair is 1, 0, so x is 1. Y is 0, so that's right here. This is 1, 0. Our next point is x equals 2, 1, 2. Y equals 1, which would be up here. So this is 2 and 1, that point there. Our next one, x equals a minus 1, y equals 2, 1, 2. That's right here. This is a minus 1, 2. And the next point is a minus 2 and 3. Here's a minus 2 on the x, minus 1, minus 2. And then a positive 3 on the y would be 1, 2, 3. This is minus 2, 3. So look at, we start here, go down here, and then go up here. Our graph looks like this. Again, we had an equation that was y equals the absolute value, pardon me, of x minus 1. And this is the graph that we generated with that equation. Again, this is not a straight line. It's kind of a V-shaped graph. Whenever you have an absolute value, when you're graphing an absolute value like this, you're going to have a graph that makes a V like this. That's typical of an absolute value graph. All right? So that's the end of that problem.